Hey everybody, this is a video collection of strange cars that I've seen out on the Bonneville Salt Flats during the Speed Week events. On the Salt Flats during this event, you would expect to see some strange Streamliner cars, in which I will include some, but what I have found over the years is that people bring their own unique cars out while just watching the races, and sometimes these cars are just as cool to go check them out. Such as this very unique looking Flowmaster car that was out there in 2021. There's a very cool backstory that I'd like to tell you about this car. I knew about it coming out to the Salt Flats before the 2021 event because the owner of the car posted up on a Facebook page about Salt Flat Racing that he said he and a friend were doing a road trip in this car and would be making stops along the way. He actually made his own Facebook page about this trip. They called it Flowmaster Muffler Car Epic Adventure. They started from Kentucky, went straight west and picked up Route 66 in Missouri and started following that south into Texas and Oklahoma, then north to get up into Utah. And you can go on their Facebook page to check out the cool pictures at the stops they took. Now the backstory on the construction of the car is really interesting. The owner of the car is a high school shop teacher at the Franklin Simpson High School in Franklin, Kentucky. In 2017, he bought an old Meineke muffler shop advertisement car from back in the 1980s. And his high school class helped rebuild the muffler shell because of the age and the northeast winters where it came from were rough on the bones of this vehicle. Once they were all done, they swapped it onto a 1994 Ford Ranger, and then it sat for a few years waiting for an idea of what to do with the car. Bonneville or bust. And the adventure began. Alright, next I'll be showing a few Streamliner cars, and these are the ones that are supposed to resemble slightly like a production car. Can you guess which one this would be? It is a 1971 Honda 600, which in non-Streamliner form looks like this. 45 horsepower, front-wheel drive, 81 miles an hour was the top speed, 1,100 pounds was the weight, and this is the first Honda vehicle exported from Japan to the US starting in 1969 and ending this model in 1972 after about 25,000 vehicles sold. Hey.
It's probably a start tester. Or bad connections in the J-box.
The Cobb Hagen Special is on course number 2, that's Star 900. And Expo Production, 1950 Chevrolet.
But I would
William T. Cobb from Kennewick, Washington.
it's probably a start.
That's for a 25-minute drive. It's like Santa Cruz Springs. I gotta go to this place to buy a belt. I need to buy a piece, whatever. So like, hey, that's what this is fine. Look over.
So the inside of the door is all ports and electrical work. Because the door's open, but it's all harnesses.
He's got to go in and out through the that totally makes sense.
Alright, this is one of my favorite cars that compete out at Bonneville. It is a 1971 Triumph GT6. It is a regular old grocery getter, as you can see in the back window. This car was produced from 1966 to 1973. The GT6 had a 6-cylinder engine that was capable of 112 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 in 13 seconds. The GT6 replaced the Spitfire model and actually had very poor sales numbers in those years, mainly because of the MGB competition. This next car is a beautiful 1953 Studebaker that runs a 362 cubic inch naturally aspirated Chevy engine and has gone over 250 miles an hour on the Salt Flats, and it is currently for sale. This is what an actual 1953 Studebaker looks like and is the first year of a sleek new design look and has a 232 cubic inch engine rated at 120 horsepower, and 151,000 of these cars were sold. Alright, these next three cars are going to be winged warriors of the Dodge Daytona and Plymouth Superbirds. These cars are not strange, but it is strange seeing such beautiful show cars like this and the last Studebaker out on the Salt Flats, which is such a rough environment, running at 200 or 300 miles per hour and getting salt packed in every nook and cranny the vehicle can hold. Either way, I'm glad that these racers actually bring these machines out and run them as hard as they do.
Back.
The first thing you gotta do is take off that bandana, that clamp I put on there last night, that one underneath there, and then loosen up the motor mount bolts, and then get the...
That's our chains not lined up.
Oh. Okay, we'll get the motor mount
I did the
bolts.
adjustment on a few beers last night.
Get the motor mount bolts loosened up, and then we'll get the motor mount welded.
When you adjust the clutch.
Huh? Clutch is moving? No. No, the clutch isn't moving, it's the motor moving. Anyway, get the deal loosened up, we'll find parts for you and get going. But we got to get you welded up first.
That's so small. Yeah. It's like the size of a battery.
Yeah. Well, it goes down a little bit.
Record is 210 in mile 2, 177.974.